is to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for him.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him. And a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
So here's Miami's starting group. They've got Victor Oladipo. Adebayo is out there with Myers-Leonard. Then there's Dragic, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot. And for the Rockets, all out there with McLemore. Then it's Olynyk, and there's Gordon, and it's Wood in at the power forward position. Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason, and the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
McLemore dishes the wall. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range. Rebound by the Heat. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
But, you know, if you're not going to take care of the defensive glass, it's going to be hard to come away with the win.
Dragic against Gordon. Dragic, the pass to Butler. From the wing, Butler missing again. For Houston, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
It's good.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Oladipo right side. And Adebayo throws it down.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
That shot wide open.
Yeah, listen, if you're 7 foot and can shoot threes, there's a place for you in today's NBA. Olynyk has that rare combination.
Now, here's Oladipo, guarded by McLemore. Here's Adebayo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Olynyk.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Free throw good, Adebayo. And bam, Adebayo. He just plays with so much energy when he's on the floor.
Boy, he is ferocious on both ends of the floor. Great energy player who can finish in the paint with the best of them. Very quick on his feet and can cover a lot of ground for a player his size.
Wall passes to McLemore. Pass to Wood. The shot misses. Nice D from Oladipo. Dragic the pass to Oladipo. It's hauled in by Wood.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And the shot goes in.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Here's Dragic. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Dragic against Wall. Tries yet again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career. But with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
So he gets them both.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
He lobs it up, tipped away. Adebayo down low. Olynyk is covering. The shot by Adebayo, no good. To the paint, here's Wood, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Good to see Gordon being unselfish. Excellent floor awareness and great at finding his guys in their spots.
Ball against Dragic. He can't get that one to fall. So Houston will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Shooting two.
No good on the free throw.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
Drops. He ties it up.
And John Wall, of course, having to fight back from that torn Achilles, but also is now having to play up to that super max contract he's in.
It's Oladipo on the wing, guarded by McLemore. Right side, Dragic hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And with Wall, no doubt he's a star guard. But with that contract, Greg, comes heavy expectations.
No doubt. And I'd like to see Wall become more proactive, really as a playmaker on offense in the near future. Depending on how he feels after the injuries, he might need to change his style just a bit.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
Season. Averaged about 13 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
Here's Wall, and he banks in the layup. Wall's got 7 points.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Dragic against Wall. Dragic kicks to Butler. Here's Oladipo. 16-point game against Charlotte.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
Down low, here's McLemore, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Gets the pass to Butler. Takes a shot at the elbow. Connects. The jumper drops. Butler's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Pass to Olynyk. Fires the three. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. 8 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, you know, John Wall is so masterful as a floor general. He's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Left side, Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well. And getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a three-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the three-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. It's terrific.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And with this summer signing of Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat demonstrating they still can lure star talent to South Beach.
Take a break. The Heat
Take a break.
Back on the rise. The Butler signing sets the stage for the summer of 2021 when they should have the cap space to sign another max player.
And the first one at the line is good. And so John Wall nails both of them. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to Los Angeles. Oladipo outside, fires from deep. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. 5th, Jimmy Butler.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
Here's Dragic. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Veteran Goran Dragic still producing late in his career. Not the force he once was, but always a source of playmaking and scoring.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Pass to Oladipo. Butler against Gordon. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 5 rebounds tonight. Well, you look at the career of Dragic, Greg, he's always been a scoring point guard.
Yeah, and as Dragic has aged, he has learned to lean more and more on his outside shot. Even when his first step and speed start to falter, he'll find ways to put up points.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
All with it. Leonard picks him up. Wall, good.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
And here's Dragic. 11 points for him in that last game against Charlotte. Inside, Leonard. Rebounded by Tucker.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And McLemore kicks to Wood. Shot clock at 6. Wall passes to McLemore. Over Oladipo. That's good from McLemore on the assist by Wall. McLemore's got his second basket of the night. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Here, Nunn's checked in. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 6 rebounds in the game. Eric Gordon on the wing. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Nice to see Gordon use his touchdown low. I mean, not the biggest guy, but still skilled at scoring close to the bucket.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. And Miami has possession. They trail by 6. Nunn passes to Oladipo. 6 to shoot. There's the pass to Nunn from downtown. Rockets with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Gordon with it. Jones covering. Gordon kicks to McLemore. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Heat trail by 6.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Got a piece of it. Passes it to Nunn. Butler passes to Nunn. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Rockets leading by 6. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Here's Nunn, covered by Wall. Back to Butler. This one for three. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And it's good, 2 points.
And, you know, that's the hustle and nose for the ball that P.J. Tucker possesses. You've got to get a body on him.
And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Houston holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Tough-nosed Jimmy Butler talks about the mantle of being a franchise player.
Call me a leader or all-star, whatever you want to call it. But with that comes a lot of, some people call it pressure, but a lot of responsibility is what I call it. Every night you got to show up. You have to be productive. You have to show guys even when you're hurt, you can still play. Even when you're tired, you got to go out there and do what you're supposed to do. It's fun to me. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And that's what he worked for. And he works as hard as anyone, Greg, in the NBA.
And you see that competitiveness and desire in his play.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Volanos. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, we've got Wall, Trevor Ariza out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Rivers, and it's House in at the 3 slot. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jimmy Butler has made several all-star teams, but he remains single-minded in pursuit of his bigger goal. Butler said, "I just want to win a championship. That's all that matters. Didn't do it in high school, didn't do it in college. If I don't win it here, then I'll go to the 50 and over league someday. But I got to win a championship at some stage." Kevin?
I like that attitude. Thank you, D.A. Here's Wall, and Houston again with the bucket.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Nunn passes to Robinson. There's the dish to Butler. It's John Wall with the rebound.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Ariza kicks to Wall. Kept alive. Here's Rivers. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson finds Butler. Goes up the baseline. Another shot. That shot, no good. And Houston the other way now.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
Clark, among the bigs, which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like, and this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella is in that category, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, but a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it.
He does. Brings it up like a guard, and no one can stop him.
No Nobody can stop that guy when he gets coming downhill at you.
Adebayo is checked in for Derek Jones.
And, you know, Trevor Ariza continues to have an impact on both ends, guys. An amazing defender and an excellent shooter, too. Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Such a wide open look. And the Rockets lead by 12.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
Rivers against Robinson. Outside Butler. To stop the run. That's good on the jump shot. Butler's got 8.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here. Only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Wall looking for an opening. It's deflected. Butler against Rivers. And the hard scrabble upbringing for Jimmy Butler, well chronicled in Houston, Texas. He says it played a part in making him the person, Clark, he is today. But it doesn't explain him.
That's a great way to put it, Kevin, because we are certainly influenced by our experiences and our past, but it doesn't dictate where we'll go in the future. He bounced around for 4 years in different places from age 13 on. No recruiting buzz out of high school, and from there to here, that's a major climb. Credit to Jimmy Butler.
Robinson against Rivers. Six on the shot clock. A floater. The kick out to Wall. From outside, off the mark.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Here's Butler. Oh, yes, the turnaround. He's got 12.
You know, I think Butler had a pretty good mid-range game coming in. You know, he was drafted 30th back in 2011.
Outside, Wall. Pass to House. He kicks to Rivers. Right side, Wall. And Wall with the slam.
Tell you one thing, it's a bonus to have a guard who can flush it like that. I mean, Wall gets up high on these jams.
None passes to Butler. It's rebounded by Houston. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Here's Rivers. He feeds it to Ariza. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Outside Robinson, pass to Nunn. Wall with some nice defense. Rockets leading by 10. The pass to House. To the paint, here's Wall. 8 for 15 with that made basket, but he's not satisfied yet.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Butler attacking. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, Jimmy Butler is right in your face and candid. He's confrontational and doesn't back away from that. Entering the league under Tom Thibodeau, fire-breathing vets like Joakim Noah, that's how he rolls, and that's what he knows.
The first free throw is good. And if you're a coach, Clark, or a GM, how much concern do you have about acquiring a player like Jimmy Butler, who's not going to bite his tongue?
Yeah, you know, I think it's important that a winning culture is already in place with a guy like Jimmy Butler. Guys who don't mind being pushed and challenged to be their very best in the quest to win. He's a fire breather, but he's also a high-level performer, a high-quality guy. And when you have that combination, usually you're going to win.
Robinson passes to Nunn. Butler against Rivers from 10 feet out. And it's Butler missing. for the Houston Rockets they come into tonight following a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
Good on the shot. Robinson's got 5 points now in the quarter. And the Rockets with possession here. 10-point lead. Passes to Rivers. Back to Wall. Drain for 2 points. Wall's got the lead up to 12 now for the Rockets.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Here's Nunn, covered by Wall. Now Butler. He's got 14. Over House. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Wall, that's a two-pointer. And Houston again with the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Robinson, that's good.
Yep, you know, after a scoreless first period, he's really turned it up a notch, building some momentum.
All with it. 23 points in the game. Pass to Rivers. Back to Wall. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Wall. Last season, he played outstanding. Around 20 points per game last season. 8 assists and 3 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
Now, here's Butler. And he gets the bucket. Butler's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Olynyk. Pass to Tucker. Here's the three. Robinson pulls it in. The Heat trail by 10. Here's Butler. The offensive rebound. Leonard. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And the pass to Olynyk. Back to Wall. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Wall's got 25 points in the game. The Heat shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Robinson passes to Nunn. Power down with both hands.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Christian Woods checked in for P.J. Tucker, and Gordon subbed in for John Wall. Rivers dishes to Gordon. Passes it to Olynyk. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Iguodala, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. Pass to Wood. Here's Olynyk. He's got 8. Kicks to House. Shoots. It's hauled in by the Heat. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
Here's Gordon. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon, the last few seasons, has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
And, you know, when Gordon is healthy, he's extremely effective. I mean, he's a high-motor player who strokes it well from deep, actually strokes it well from everywhere.
The Rockets making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. Dragic finds Adebayo. Now McLemore. And here's Rivers. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Now Gordon. Over Iguodala. Another miss by Houston. The Heat trail by 9. 55 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Adebayo. He dishes it to Dragic. The feed to Iguodala. There's the 3. Here's Adebayo. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Up to McLemore. He's covered by Iguodala. McLemore with the ball. Rebound by Iguodala.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Jones kicks to Adebayo. Here's Dragic. No good there off the double clutch.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. You gotta love the John Wall we saw in the first. He had 25 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. What do you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
It's been a reminder so far of Wall's natural ability. One of the greatest players in the league. Great size for a point guard. And then, when
and that should do it.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Adebayo is out there with Myers Leonard. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Oladipo in at the shooting guard. To the middle, here's Wall. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Wall's got 27 points. The Heat trail by 11. Dragic kicks to Oladipo. Goes back up. Rebound by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
Back to McLemore. The pass to Wood. Over Oladipo. Wood with the bucket. Wood's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
They get it again. Passes it to Butler. Oladipo outside. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Wall against Dragic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on John Wall.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA. And then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Wall draws the double. Pass to Wood. Now here's McLemore. Gordon with no one around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Dragic against Wall. Here's Oladipo. The teardrop falls in.
Well, I tell you what, when he's operating in the pick and roll, Oladipo really hard to defend. He's outstanding at putting pressure on the defense.
Puts one up from 19. Bank shot, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Shot's good from Butler.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Here's Wall. Softly drops in the floater. Wall's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Oladipo, the pass to Dragic. Pass to Adebayo. Ball's knocked loose. Wall with the steal. Gordon for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 10.
And really, the three-point shot is Gordon's specialty, Kevin. When he squares himself up, there's a real high chance he's dropping it in.
Dragic dishes to Oladipo. There's the pass to Adebayo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 14 rebounds. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And in a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Houston.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Damari Carroll comes in for Christian Wood. And Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Gordon. Here's Dragic. And another basket for Miami.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Rockets leading by 16. Ariza outside. And Tucker kicks to McLemore. Pass to Wall. For the 3. Dragic with some nice D. He'd have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Here's Oladipo. The shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way. Here is Wall. He has 35. Wall draws the double. From deep, McLemore. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Now, here's Oladipo, guarded by McLemore. They get it back.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Pass to Wall. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Victor Oladipo.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
First free throw is good. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Nunn. Goes up again. Here's Butler. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Ariza. Dishes it to Tucker. 5 to shoot. To the inside. Wall lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Wall's got 38 points.
Wall has hurt him in every way possible tonight. He's got firepower that really only a few guys in our league possess.
3-pointer, Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Pass to Tucker. And some nice passing there by Houston. Wall's shot is off.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Nunn passes to Oladipo. To end the drought. The shot off that time, so Houston will take it the other way.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
From the baseline. Rebound by the Heat. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. The tray. Offensive rebound. Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
It's stolen by McLemore. 3-on-3. Hot pass to Wall, and the slam dunk by Wall.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
That's tipped. Stolen by Tucker. And it's Wall in the corner. Wall draws the double. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, you got to stop Carroll from getting inside because he's a threat to throw it down on you from this close.
Nunn passes to Oladipo. Here's Nunn. The Rockets pull it in. Here's Houston now. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Wall. The second effort. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. The pass to Nunn. Back to Oladipo. Clock at 6. Shoots over Carroll. And again, it's the Heat missing.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
It's stolen by Wall. Drops in the layup for 2. Wall's got 44.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And Leonard stays with it.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Greg, you've often heard it said that sometimes it boils down to who wants it, but who wants it is also tied to putting yourself in position to go get it.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Oladipo, very aggressive when he's driving. I mean, the defense doesn't know what to do with him other than foul him in many cases. When you talk about outstanding athletes in the NBA, Victor Oladipo is on that list. Even if he's only 90%, this guy is explosive, actually more explosive than most.
That free throw good from Oladipo. And you think about trying to come back from that big knee injury, a lot riding on Oladipo's recovery.
Well, a big part of his recovery and coming back effectively is sports medicine has come a long, long way, Kevin. He won the 2018 Most Improved Award. They stopped doing the Comeback Player of the Year, but you know, he's looking for that kind of return this season.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
There's 53 seconds left in the third quarter. True on the 14-footer. Oladipo's got 6 in the quarter.
He didn't have a single point in the first half. Bagel, 0 points, nada. But he's starting to get into the groove here in the second.
McLemore. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Oladipo. 3 on 3. Here's Iguodala. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got his 6th rebound on the night. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, hard to corral the energy that P.J. Tucker plays with, and he gets in there and mixes it up, and he'll go to the line.
It's his first trip to the line. And the first one drops.
You know, starting out in the D-League, then bouncing around the international circuit, Tucker took the long, hard road to get here.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Christian Wood comes in for Damari Carroll, and Gordon subbed in for Ben McLemore. And here's Oladipo. He has 6. Offline.
Boy, this is where Tucker really makes his hay. I mean, able to defend on ball as well as in help situations.
John Wall getting it done for the Houston Rockets. This has been a remarkable game for him offensively. Anytime you get over the 40-point mark, it's been a special, special day. We come back right after this. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Come on now, this is the time you got to put down the gas.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Chandler out there with Wood, and it's House in at the 3. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now Gordon. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Rivers. Cans the shot from the wing. The Heat shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Jerome passes to Jones. There's the dish to Iguodala. Over House. And the shot is long.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Robinson dishes to Iguodala. Fades away. No good on the shot. The Rockets go the other way with it. Here is House. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question, because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Passes it to Gordon. From deep, Jerome with the rebound. For Miami, they've gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. And the basket by Jones.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Robinson against Chandler. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and Chandler, a difference maker defensively. The shot blocking, the controlling of the lane. He also gobbles up those rebounds.
Mark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways, because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall I think it's pretty solid.
Here's Jerome, and at last they get one to fall. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Clemens, he's covered by Iguodala. And now here comes Iguodala leading the break, looking to get it going. Rebound by House. House has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Rivers got a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Iguodala's running.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Iguodala was shipped out from the Warriors last year to clear room for D'Angelo Russell. Traded to the Grizzlies to make room for the Warriors in the Russell deal. Ultimately, I think we'll have a great legacy for his time with Golden State. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Andre Iguodala, he doesn't give you 20 points tonight like he once did, Greg, but he still shows up when you need him.
Iggy can still hit the switch, so to speak, and go back to his all-star level of play for stretches. I mean, the numbers don't jump out at you, but he is so valuable during big games, particularly in the postseason.
And Iguodala drops them both. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Up and in on the layup.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Jerome passes to Jones. Iguodala against Rivers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Sunday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trailblazers. Then on Tuesday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Iguodala.
And while Iguodala might not be the star of any team he's on, he's always going to be a major contributor because he does so many things well on both ends.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. He's off on the second.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
And, you know, Ariza is a great value-utility Velcro kind of guy. I mean, somebody that knows how to dish the rock.
Rivers against Iguodala. And, yes, it's good. Iguodala's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the defense, no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Rivers with it. Back to Chandler. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And playing with the lead, you can see they're making a much more concerted effort to work the ball inside here in the second half.
And some changes here for the Heat. Hill, he's checked in for Jones. And Hero subbed in for Robinson. Pass to Hero. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Tyson Chandler.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology, if you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Great open look there.
Boy, the unselfishness of Iguodala is really admirable. A forward with excellent vision, has a feel for when one of his guys is open.
Here's Green. Hill with some nice D. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he makes the first. Houston making a switch here. McLemore is checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. And the Rockets with possession here. Mark, the max contract didn't exist when you were playing. Is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Here's Jerome, covered by Wall. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and Adebayo throws it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Unless you're the team getting punched on. That would be the difference.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Butler against Gordon. Low block shot on the way, and Butler with a nice bucket inside. Butler's got 20 points.
And, you know, Butler's a good scorer inside. Excellent at feeling out the defense.
They get a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. The finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Wall draws the double, trying to find McLemore, gets it to him.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
And Butler gets it to go.
It's hard to stop Butler when he's driving to the rim, determined to finish.
Rockets leading by 20. Outside, Wall. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Oladipo finds Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rockets with the rebound. Woods got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Wall, and Wall with the slam.
And he's got one heck of a burst on his way to the bucket. Wall is at his best when he's driving the lane, going from 0 to 60 in an instant.
Over to the left wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Jerome's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wall, and again.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Gordon against Butler. Pass to Adebayo. Left side, Leonard. That one goes in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And they're going to break this season series tie with a big win here tonight, giving them a 2-1 record on the year with one final game left to go against the Heat.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Wall.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Here's Gordon. Olynyk trying to break loose, and it's Gordon missing. So it's Miami now. Oladipo outside. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. Here's Hill. Now the pass to Jerome. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they couldn't. Thank you, David. Great interview once again.